Important topic which is very rarely spoken. That is called as childbirth in astrology. So you can see a child and you can see the childbirth which is given. So today we are going to see that important topic called as childbirth. So we are going to see from the astrological point of view that what is important in childbirth. How are you?
Hello.
How are
Fine.
you? Very good.
Fine.
So childbirth is our
Yes.
topic, and backside you can see one child,
Yeah.
Putra. So, so we are going to see who is this Putra, and many people after getting marriage, and these days, especially in the modern Kali Yuga, there is lot of problems for infertility. So, infertility is one of the disease you can say. There is some problem for some male or female, and is there any method to find out from astrology that whether the childbirth will be there or not, whether that will be possible or not, how to find out? So before
Yes.
that, yeah, before that we have to understand one of the important fundamentals before going to deeper, because I have seen some of the people already interacting with me in our YouTube subscribers. They are saying, sir, some astrologers are saying that Mercury I have taken for childbirth, and they said that they have taken the analysis on Mercury
Only
and
Mercury.
only Mercury, and they say that childbirth is denied. So such kind of people are still there. So we want to educate our audience the principles of childbirth. So childbirth is an interaction between Sun and Venus. Is an interaction
Sun.
between Sun and Venus. Why?
Why Sun?
Why? Very good. Sun is a donator, is a universal donator. He is a universal donator.
Donator.
Yeah. When the sun is donating a soul, when the sun is donating a soul, Venus gets exalted. That is the principle of Meena
In Pisces.
in Pisces. And every
So
person, yes,
donation happening in Pisces.
yes. So every person who are getting married, we are seeing that 12th house, which is an important house for marriage. Why? Because the marriage happens when a partner is ready to go along with you. That is why we are saying as Upapada. Pada means feet.
Yes.
And which is the feet in astrology? Which Rashi is called as feet? If Mesha is head,
12,
so which
12
Rashi is which Rashi?
Pisces.
Correct. So that is why in Pisces, when the sun is becoming Maranakaraka Sthana, why sun is becoming Maranakaraka Sthana? Because the sun is donating a soul. He is a Paramatma. He is a Paramatma. And Paramatma don't want any soul to be donated to Venus,
Oh,
because Paramatma wants to keep all the soul within himself. He is a universal father.
yes.
And Venus is telling, no, I want more souls to my domain. So Venus is actually pulling the sun to donate, then only this particular fertility happens. So who is a very important person in fertility? Is it Venus or Venus, or it is Surya?
Sun.
Sun.
Surya.
Very good. Very good. He is the very important personality for seeing the fertility. And in the 12th house, what is happening? Who is debilitated?
Mercury.
And if somebody is seeing Mercury with the analysis, what will happen? It will be a disaster.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because Mercury is debilitated in Pisces.
Pisces.
So when the soul is actually getting donated, that is why 12th house is called as charity. That is why 12th house is called as donation.
Donation.
That is why 12th house is called as expenses. That is why 12th house is also called as Upapada. That means we are actually ready to walk with another person for one purpose. What is the purpose of all the marriages? To form lineage.
Lineage.
And who is actually creating a lineage for is Venus. Venus is continuously demanding the sun to provide lineage. And there is an interaction which is happening between sun and Venus is called as fertility. Is called as fertility. So the first and foremost for any chart, this particular fundamental should be clear enough. The universal father should be happy to donate a soul in the form of sperm, and there should be life in it. There should be life. That particular donation should have a life, jiva.
ये कैसे जानेंगे कि the son should be happy?
No, the sun is not happy. The sun is actually providing a sperm, and in which there is a jiva, that is an atma which is ready to grow and live in the woman's womb. And who is a jiva planet?
Jupiter.
Correct. That is why he is a significator of fifth house.
Fifth house.
When the sun is ready to give an atma, and in the atma there should be a jiva, life, and both sun and Jupiter are ready to provide, then the Venus is ready to receive. And this entire episode of sun and Jupiter interacting on the fifth house is called as progeny. And if there is a physical problem between the couple, now we are going to discuss today what are the problems for infertility as per the astrology. How we are going to see that. So for that we are going to see the basics, because it is episode 1. So we are going to see the basics today. So the basic is the most important planet for fertility is Sun, because he is the Paramatma. And the person who is actually getting that donation from the sun is Venus. That is why Venus is getting exalted in the 12th house. When the sun is ready to get donation to the Venus. And what is the Venus purpose? Only one purpose for the Venus. That is to form, to produce a baby. So one of the important work for all the planets are doing some work. So what is the important work for a Venus in any chart is to produce baby by making a relationship called as marriage. That is why the significator for marriage is Venus, but the significator for children, Parashara said it is not Venus, it is Jupiter. Because when the sun and Venus are getting ready to have this interaction, there should be life which is ready to provide. And who is the life? Jiva. Jupiter. And why the rishis are not very clever? The rishis are very clever. Now I will explain you the fundamental. No, yeah. Now I will explain you the principle. Now sun is of which tattva?
Fire.
Fire, Agni. Fire is?
Agni.
Correct. And Shukra, what is the element of Shukra?
Water. Jal.
When fire and water is going together, what will happen?
Evaporation.
Either of them will die.
Yeah.
Only one can survive. And mostly what will happen? Agni will dip into water. What will happen? When a light is, you are actually having a light now. Okay. This light, I am dipping into water. What will happen?
Dissolve.
The light will finish.
Disappear.
The light life will be finished. So God thought this process is complicated because sun is providing, which is Agni, and Venus is receiving, which is water. So God thought this is not correct. So I will want to bring up a principle called as Jupiter. And what is the element of Jupiter? Which is Akash. And Akash is having a principle for binding all the elements together. That is why Jupiter is called as significator for sustenance. Hari. And what is the significance of second house? Who is the significator for second house of Kudumba?
Jupiter.
Again Jupiter. That is the reason. Because when the Jupiter decides, the Kudumba will grow. If the Jupiter do not decide to give, then the Kudumba will not flourish. And the Putra also will not come. So, even though the Sun and Venus decides, there is one another person who should play a role, which is Jupiter. The baby should have, the Atma should have a life. And in some cases, what happens, that when the Surya is donating to Venus, there will not be life. So the baby will be actually dead in the mother's womb. Because of curses. Because of
Jupiter also afflicted in that child.
Correct. Or anybody who is actually an enemy of Jupiter should be having a connection with the 5th house and 5th lord. Then the Jupiter is not making the life to happen. Then the Jupiter is not making the life to happen. Because the life and the soul have to come together to form as a baby. Correct? There should be a soul, there should be a life. They both should join to make a progeny. To be a putra for somebody or putri for somebody. But if they both are not ready, then what will happen? The Surya is ready, but Jupiter is not ready. Okay, so there is some problem. Now, Jupiter is ready, Venus is ready, but Sun is not ready. Sun and Jupiter is ready, Venus is not ready. So all the three problems are defined in astrology. So the first problem is, when the Sun is ready and the Venus is ready, but Jupiter is not there, then the Jyotish have been said that you can provide a remedy for this chart. That means they have no physical problem. Both the female and the male do not have any physical problem. When they don't have physical problem, then there are some curses from the past or the curses from your ancestors, curses from the snakes, curses from many things like this in the chart, because of which progeny is not happening.
For that, we will see Jupiter.
We are seeing not Jupiter. We are having a method to understand where the curse is from. So, first and foremost, for all the people who are actually having a problem with progeny or childbirth, should understand the problem is coming from where? Whether it is from the physical problem or it is from the curses. So, if there is no jiva, then there is no progeny, because Jupiter is not allowing. Yes. Sun and Venus are ready. Yes. That is the problem number one. That means no physical problem between a male and no physical problem in a female. And which planet is called as male? Sun is a male or a female?
Male.
And Venus is?
Female.
Yes, that is the reason. If the Sun and Venus is good, that means the male and the female do not have any physical problems within them. And they need not to go for any scan. Directly in your horoscope, it will be visible. And astrologers are even more powerful than the doctors in the terms of fertility. We are very powerful than doctors, because doctors cannot find out this problem. Whether there is a jiva not coming or it is a problem from the physical problem. What doctors can find out is only there is a physical problem.
Physical problems.
But if there is no jiva which is not ready to come, they cannot find out. So in that case, God said, go to a good astrologer to get this one sorted out. Okay, the problem number one. Problem number two, if Sun is ready, Jupiter is ready, Venus is not ready.
Venus is not.
That means either the female is having some kind of physical problem due to which the progeny is not happening. The Venus and Jupiter is ready, Sun is not ready. That means there is a physical problem of the male.
Male. Oh wow. पहली बार ऐसा जानना.
So these are the three varieties. In that, if there is a physical problem which you have found out from the chart, the astrologers been said, आप अपना तरफ से बाहर आ जाओ. Don't give any astrological intervention because this has to go to a doctor only.
Doctor.
Because any Jyotish can rectify a physical problem. No Jyotish can do that. No Jyotish in the whole world cannot do this. So whenever somebody is analyzing a chart, they should find out only three parameters. Whether it is a problem from the Jiva or it is a problem from the physical deformity, physical problem. So the classification 1, the type 1 alone will be astrological related. And the second, physical related. Second and third, both are physical related. And then the next fourth one is also there. What is that? It is the house and the house lord, where it is placed.
Okay.
The house, which is a house for child? Fifth house.
Fifth house.
So the fifth house and the fifth lord should also to be seen before declaring the results. Okay. Now this is fourth. Now there is a fifth also. What is the fifth?
Yeah.
What is the fifth? For the fifth.
If two planets not good.
No, the fifth one is God has said very clearly that in case the Tithi is not good,
Yes.
then there is another problem of childbirth issue. So what is that issue? Every house, the God has kept a seed. Seed means the result of that seed is kept in each and every house. God has given all the seeds. Seed matlab how the seed will grow as a tree and to give a fruit. And if the seed itself is damaged by the birth itself, then the fifth parameter also appears, which is the problem from the Tithi. Yes. So then the fifth problem is, then if both the male and female is having good scan reports, physically they both are fit, everything is fine. All scan reports are perfect. But still, Tithi cannot allow. The seed is not there. Then also the problem will appear. That means God has given for a few people, the seed will be in Dusthana. Seed will be in Dusthana. If the seed is in Dusthana, then the person will be having problems. So the first Dusthana is 6th house Dusthana. What is the 6th house Dusthana seed means? That both the female and the male having physical separation, because of which the progeny is not happening.
Why 6th house?
6th house, seed is kept in 6th house, for example. And the 6th house, what does 6th house means? 6th house means Kanya. Either male or a female or like living like a bachelor or sinster, then also the progeny will not come into picture. 8th house is a house of severe problems and debts from the past. Nobody can rectify it. Nobody can rectify. Because the seed itself, God has kept in the 8th house. So there is lot of severe problems and depths which are related to the 8th house. 12th house, God is expecting a lot of loss and expenses before giving a child. That means God is telling, okay, you do one thing, aapko child nahi hua na? So, you don't have child, right? So what he's telling, okay, do one thing, make lakhs of rupees for a treatment. 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, treatments, expenses are going on, but no results. So
No
God is
result.
telling, okay, after you are reaching my limit, I want 6 lakhs from you, for example. After the 6 lakhs, God is telling, okay, now I will give you child. But before,
Possibility is there
yeah,
in 12th house.
up to that God's limit, God would have kept maybe 20 lakhs also, we don't know. So,
And in 8th house, no possibility.
8th house is full of Rena. Rena means pain, lot of sorrow, lot of difficulties to get it. So, in that case, 8th house, God says, bhul jao, forget. Don't go into it. Forget. Better go for taking a child from
Adoption.
adoption.
Adopt.
Yeah. 12th house also will happen when there is a serious this thing of abortion. Abortion is a loss. Abortion is also a loss. So if the 12th house is a seed, the female will be continuously going for multiple abortion, but child is not happening. Matlab, she is continuously reporting abortion or a first time, second time, third time, fourth time, but still baby is not coming. 6th house, there is a physical separation between the couples, or they both are fighting each other.
Yeah.
They both are fighting each other, disputes. And because of the disputes and because of the argument, the child is not ready to come. If father and mother are fighting each other daily, will the child will come? No. So that is another problem. And 8th house, that the father and mother says, don't come to me. You will, when you come to me, I will make you dead. That the child is feared not to come. Then the 12th house, they both are saying that you are so much of expenses before you are taking birth. Why you are coming? Like that, they are cursing. Both the father and mother, they are saying to the child, you are coming with the expenditure in the beginning itself. Beginning itself, 10 lakhs. I did the expenditure 10 lakhs. Then also child is not coming. Because the child is telling that you are telling me the lakhs from the beginning itself. You are father and mother, but I am asking you to spend, I ask you to spend. But you are asking me you are denoting me that expenditure, I won't come. So, if all these 5 parameters having a tick mark, then only the person will have child. Now, in today's topic, we are going to discuss for a female and a male, which are all the most important planets for progeny, childbirth. For female, there is only one planet.
Which?
Chandra.
Moon. Yeah.
For male, there is 2 planets, Sun and Jupiter.
Jupiter, not Venus.
Sun and Jupiter. Now I will explain you why. Very interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Because for the female, they want to become mom. They want to become mother.
Mother.
When they want to become a mother or mom, which house is a house for becoming a mother?
4th house.
Correct. Cancer. Kataka. So Cancer, Kataka is a mother. Very good mother. And who is the lord of that?
Moon.
That is why it is the, that is why for the female chart, moon is a principal responsibility for getting a child for a female. If the moon is badly placed in the female's chart, the childbirth is a question mark. Immediately, seconds, you can see the chart. You can see if the moon is badly placed, there is a problem. There is a problem for childbirth itself. Okay? Okay. Now, if for the male, Sun and Jupiter, why? Because the male want to become a father. And where is the father kept in the astrology? Ninth house. And ninth house significator are Sun and Jupiter.
And
Sun wants to establish a lineage. Jupiter wants to give a religion and dharma practices for the male or the kids. The moment you are born, these two planets are majority. That is why in South India we are keeping initials, and in North India we are keeping the surname of the father, not the mother. Why?
yes.
Because for male there are two planets. For mother it is only one planet. So who had win the majority? Male. Hence they are saying that the lineage system should come from the male. That is the reason. So you should ask always questions. Why we cannot put initials or surname of my mother? Why not? Why I should keep father? Because the Sun and the Jupiter are the principal people before the Venus. Because Sun is donating the Atma, Jupiter is providing the Jiva. And since they are dominating in this process, that is why females are little taking backwards by saying that, okay, I will be in the receiving end. So you give me the dharma, you give me the lineage for my kid. That is the reason when a female is producing a baby or delivering a baby, the same day the religion of the father, the dharma of the father has been imposed on the baby, and immediately the surname also will be by force given to the baby because of the Sun and Jupiter.
Sun and Jupiter.
And mother becomes the first teacher of the boy. That is the only advantage for the mother to be. Mother becomes the first teacher. That is why moon is taking the significator of the fourth house.
Fourth house.
Because mom is the first teacher for all the human being. Then only guru. So here the mom is not ready to compromise. You see, mom is telling, when I have given you that lineage and initial and all that I given you, no? Now here I will be the first person to teach. That is why we are saying it is mother language. Whose language we are saying? It is mother tongue.
Mother.
It is mother tongue. It's not father's tongue. Because there, Matrubhasha. Why we are saying Matrubhasha? Because moon also wants some share. It says that Apne, you took my lineage, you took my surname and everything. What I will have now? Then Sun and Jupiter said, Aap Bhasha le lo. You take the Bhasha. So that is why the moon has taken the significator of the fourth house and also the significator of the language of the person. That is why we are saying Matrubhasha.
And Jupiter exalted there, so first teacher, mother.
Yes, that is the reason. Yes. And that is the reason. Now, which are the planets which people do not like for childbirth, especially, are Mercury and Saturn. Why? Because now you will be laughing for the astrologer who had given predictions through Mercury. I will explain you now. Now God has said Mercury and Saturn are the two bigger unit planets. Unit planet means they cannot produce fertility. Who had said that? Rishis. Mercury and Saturn are infertile planets.
Mercury already a neutral planet.
Mercury and Saturn are unit planet, infertile planets. Unit. They cannot produce soul. Why? Why? You should ask why. Why?
Why?
Why? Saturn is the controller of all the Dusthanas, 6, 8, and 12. And
Oh,
that is why he cannot bring any light. Light is a Atma. Atma is having a light. And light will not come to darkness.
yes.
That is why Saturn is infertile.
That is so far from sun.
Correct. That is why Saturn is called as infertile planet. And
Important.
the other planet which is problematic is Mercury. What is the problem? Because he is
Why?
actually, why Mercury? Because it is sixth house exaltation, Virgo, natural Virgo, sixth house exaltation. That means he is willing to become a Kanya. When he becomes a Kanya, he cannot deliver any baby because she's already a bachelor or a spinster. That is why these two planets are called as the infertile planets in astrology. When these planets are getting associated in any of these parameters, then the infertility is declared. And now, after listening to this lecture, do you think that we will take Mercury for this analyzing a progeny chart?
Never. Never.
Never.
I was already confused how only basis of Mercury can predict.
Yeah,
Now it's
that is the reason that the 12th house where the Mercury wants to debilitate. Now you understood? Because when a male and female is getting a partner, the 12th house, they both are deciding to walk together, which is why we are seeing Upapada. And the basic purpose of all the marriage is to form a lineage, giving a baby immediately. That too without any delay. That is the reason our community immediately after marriage they ask that any result. They are asking whether baby is ready or not. So why they are asking? Because they are worried whether the Mercury can debilitate. Before the Venus is ready to get exalt, they want to make the progeny faster. That is why all the societies like India especially, immediately after the marriage, they used to ask the female, is there any good news? Why they are asking? Because they are concerned about the Mercury. Because the Mercury is also placed in Meena. And there is one another planet which is taking the house of Meena. What is that? Ketu.
Ketu.
If both of them decide to take moksha, then there is no baby.
No.
That is the reason they want to make sure that before the Venus is exalted in the 12th house of Meena, Upapada, they want to make sure that they are both are male and female, both of them are getting progeny. That is the principal idea of progeny. And Saturn and Mercury becoming a unit planet because the Saturn is warning the Dusthana and the Mercury is having the 6th house exaltation and the 12th house debilitation. And both of them are having 6 and 8 again, Dusthana of Saturn. Mercury is 6th house exalted and 12th house debilitated. And both of them still in the control of Saturn. And Saturn will not allow any light to come into his domain because Saturn is completely dark. He wants darkness. But soul is a light object. So when a light object has to pass through the light only, that is why the God has kept the light of the sun had to be distributed between Jupiter and Venus. Now you see how beautifully it is explained. The sun knowledge or the sun's light can be distributed only by two planets. Who are they?
Jupiter and Venus.
Correct. That is why they are gurus. One is called as Sura Guru, another one is called as Asura Guru. And both of them, the responsibility, primary responsibility is major two responsibilities, marriage and progeny. That is why the Venus is a Karaka of marriage, Jupiter is a Karaka of Putra, and soul is the Karaka of soul. Sun is the Karaka of soul. Karaka of soul. So when the soul is ready to come, these two people should make the progeny happen. Then only there is a baby. Otherwise, that's okay.
What? Very nice.
So this is the principal parameter of getting a child for any chart. So first and foremost, after this episode 1, we are going to see what is how that is actually to be seen in the chart. But currently what we can do is, currently we are seeing the principles. What is the basic principle of this thing? So today the idea is, if at all somebody is telling something, people are going to many astrologers today. So if at all somebody is telling about Mercury, by which the chart is analyzed, they should at least have a question to ask them. How can you see a huge planet for childbirth? It is completely wrong, the concept. Because we all knew that new life has to come. We also accept that the sun is a soul. In astrology, we already see in all the Vedas, we have given the sun means soul. So when the soul has to come to a body, and that body is Jiva, Jupiter. And then there should be a mana. That mana is mother. And the Venus is the intermediary between all these three people to make the job done. Because its job is to make the person getting married and getting child. And Mercury and Saturn are the destroyers. Mercury and Saturn are the destroyers because they don't want to allow another soul to enter into their domain. That is why Sun and Saturn are enemies. Sun and Saturn are enemies because of it. And why and now you should ask why the Saturn and Venus are then friendly. Because this is the concept of enemy or friends. Because Venus also do not want Sun. Sun is an enemy for Venus. And Saturn also there is an enemy. So they said that, okay, you are also having enmity with Sun. I am also having enmity with Sun. We both will join together. Okay. So where we can join? To attack the Sun in Libra. That is why all Saturn exalted in Libra. That means they said if any king is having a very ruthless attitude or ego, there is only one person who can able to make sure that the king can make them fall. Who is that? Public. That is why 7th house is kept as a voting power for the public. Because can do anything. When the public decide, the king can be either fallen or risen. Because they are voting for the king.
Yes.
So that is the reason the Saturn enemy to the Sun, Venus also enemy to the Sun, they both have joined in the 7th house.
That's why Sun doubleted there.
Correct. And they both are seeing an aspect to the Sun always. Because their desire always want to make sure that the king is ruling properly a country or not. Isliye, they are seeing directly the Sun. So how was it?
Super.
Okay. So you are asking something.
If Sun and Venus together.
Yeah. Now there is a good concept is coming. Now, Sun and Venus are together shows there is some problem of fear. Why? Because fear, yeah. Fear, why? Because Venus, when it is exalts, make the Sun as Maranakaraka. And in the Venus own house, there is a fear for the Sun to debilitate. So always this Venus and Sun combination is having some kind of a inner fear.
This will give problem in progeny.
Yes, because if they are fearing that my baby will be dead born, or my baby will have some physical problem, or my baby will have this problem, that problem, then what will happen? They will have some problem by mind. They are thinking. So that is why the Sun and Venus is very good for progeny matters, but when they are combined in a chart, there is some kind of fear between each parties. Sun fear that the Venus will kill. Venus fears that I may kill the Sun.
Isliye.
Because they constantly having a fear and doubt whether I may disturb this fellow and he will disturb that fellow. So, and they both finally, what is happening is they both having finally a problem, and that problem they are thinking that because of this fear thinks it is happening.
And Jupiter also joined them then? Sun,
Jupiter,
Jupiter, Venus?
yeah, then also the Venus is having enmity with the Jupiter.
Yeah.
Venus is having an enmity with the Jupiter. Then also the problem still continue. That is why they all should parallelly work in a sequence, in a serial, but they should never combine each other. Then they combine, there is a problem.
Instead, if Jupiter aspect, then it will be good.
Very good, because Jupiter is the aspect for Putra Karaka. Jupiter is a natural Putra Karaka. It promotes Praputra, it promotes Jiva, it promotes new addition to the family, because that is second house significator. So it promotes new addition to the family. It promotes fifth house significator. Naturally, it is very good when it is aspecting.
Aspecting, yes.
Yeah.
That's.
So why the Mercury I was telling it is bad, because it is a unit planet, because nobody should take Mercury and analyze a chart, because whatever the principle they follow, whether it is a KP astrology or Nadi astrology or any astrology, Mercury should not be touched for the matters of progeny, because it itself is a unit planet. And I had not said that. It is written in the books, in the classics by the rishis. So we also should understand why they have not recommended. It is because it's the 6th house exaltation and the 12th house, it is debilitation. That is the reason. Yeah, tell me.
In many cases, I've seen if Mercury and Ketu and Mercury, Saturn, whenever joined, there was no childbirth.
Yeah, because Mercury and Saturn are unit planet. No, they cannot produce.
Yeah, they cannot produce.
Yeah, infertility.
Yes.
So,
and,
if the Mercury and Saturn is incidentally placed in the 5th house itself is a problem. Itself is a problem. Then there is some kind of a problems which will be coming through the problems of the life due to the infertility. So what today we have understood is infertility can be rectified by astrology only when both of them are physically okay, but the jiva is not ready to come. Only the Jyotish is telling that you can rectify the Akash, but you can never rectify if there is a physical problem. Then you have to go to doctors only. So in the case of progeny, actually the doctors and astrologers should actually join hand in hand for the problems. But what is happening in today's world? Doctor is working separately, astrologers are working separately, and the clients are working separately.
Yeah. I also think so. If doctors and astrologers both join, they can do miracles.
Miracles, because astrologers will clearly say that there is a problem in life, the jiva.
He can indicate what is the problem.
Correct, but physical there is no problem. So then whatever the scan reports you are taking also will produce the same results. Physically okay, but after physically okay, many couples today even they are not able to get the child is because Jupiter is not okay. Jupiter is not willing to provide. Because because the sperm is not having the life jiva, and the jiva should come only from Jupiter. That is why now you understood another one more concept today. Venus, that is the reason they are hating. The Venus and Jupiter are enemies to each other, because Venus is a producer of sperm, Jupiter is a giver of life, jiva, and they both are having a conflict. It says that is the reason that it is written very clearly in the medical science also, that it is not necessarily that the very first relationships itself the baby will form. No. That is the reason only when the Venus and Jupiter accepting the soul which is received by them. Otherwise, God would have kept in the first instance itself. No, it is not happening in that way. That is why science is always a wonder through astrology. It is a real science, but you have to also understand that it's a real science, which is a wonder also in astrology. Because they both are enemies to each other. Very strange, right? The Venus and Jupiter has to work together, but they are enemies. And in one form, why it is enemy also you should understand that otherwise there will be excessive population and the Jiva will be having miserable situation. That is why Akash is always fighting with the Venus. No, I want to control. Only whatever I can accommodate, I can accommodate. Otherwise, no. That is why Akash is telling I can bind people. But if it is too much, then there will be a problem. Venus is telling, no, no, I will keep producing. I will keep producing. Jupiter says, no, no, no. Only as per my choice. Now, who is dictating here? Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Venus is telling, no, no, I don't know all that. I will keep continuously producing. But Jupiter says, no, no, no. And not only Jupiter, the sun also should be ready. But the sun problem is, sun is a pure sattva. Is a very big donator. How much you want, sun is keep on giving. He's a universal donor. But Jupiter says to sun, don't give. Because if you are keeping giving, then I could not able to bind. Then one day I will burst out.
Means the sun giving, Venus receiving, and Jupiter controlling.
Correct. The Jupiter is also indicating to the sun, even though I have lot of ocean, which is under me, Jupiter is having lot of ocean under him. And who is the ocean controller? Venus.
Venus.
Venus is ocean. 12th house is ocean. But in that ocean, only some small amount of water is drinkable water.
Yes.
The water is huge, but you cannot drink the sea water.
No.
So that is the reason Jupiter is constantly reminding the sun, you have only some small amount of water which is drinkable. So imagine that if you allow Venus to produce continuously, then there will be shortage of water.
Any particular tithis are there which don't allow progeny?
Very good. Like that, there are some tithis like Navami. Navami. Then Navami is having some problems. Trouble is there. Then Chaturdashi. Chaturdashi is another problem. Because these are all the tithis which are cursed by the god. So Navami, Chaturdashi. These two are the severely afflicted tithis. These two are severely afflicted tithis. Because they both having some serious issue. And if you notice, both of them are ruled by Sun and Venus.
Sun and Venus. Even they are creating problem in marriage also.
That is the reason.
Marriage and then.
Yeah, that is the reason these two tithis, Navami and Chaturdashi, if you notice, they both are ruled by Sun and Venus.
Sun and Venus.
And why God has indicated that is very bad in terms of relationship and childbirth is because they both are not ready to go together. Because the Venus house, the sun is debilitated. When the Venus is exalted, sun is in Maranakaraka. Yes. So they both never want to go together. So that is the reason God had said that these two tithis make it cursed. And there will be issues in the last tithi also, which is Amavasya. And Amavasya.
Yeah, that is dangerous.
That is also some problem. Because Amavasya is completely dark. But actually, that Amavasya tithi is actually ulta in astrology, which I will talk later. Amavasya tithi is the best tithi for childbirth.
Next time, please tell.
Next time, I will tell that. Amavasya Tithi was the one which is kept as the best Tithi for childbirth. If anyone is born in Amavasya, no need to see the chart for childbirth. It is already given by God. They will have no problems with fertility. Very surprising, right? But normally, what we will think that Amavasya means some problem. No, but for childbirth, it is granted. No denial, childbirth. No problem. Very good, huh? Very good concept. Okay. Thank you once again. And thank you, viewers, for giving a wonderful session for childbirth. And I have clarified today whatever the doubts which you must be having on childbirth. Plus also, whenever you go to any astrologers, if somebody is analyzing in a wrong way, you can able to point out that, boss, these two are the main planets. What are you doing actually? Okay. Thank you very much.